Alternative dispute resolution, known in some countries like Australia as external dispute resolution, includes dispute resolution processes and techniques that act as a means for disagreeing parties to come to an agreement short of litigation. It is a collective term for the ways parties settle disputes with or without the help of a third party. That will be our focus today on the program. So get a pen and a notebook. It's time to learn something about ADR. Welcome to this week's edition of the program. I'm Victoria Ido.
Former head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Mr. Stephen Oronsaye, who had been arraigned before a federal high court in Abuja for alleged involvement in a 1.2 billion naira graft case while he held sway as head of the civil service, has regained temporary freedom till July the 21st, 2015, when his bail application will be heard. In the charge filed before the court by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the former top bureaucrat, alongside two other persons, Asariho Afe and Frederick Hamilton Global Services Limited, allegedly siphoned about 1.2 billion naira from the federal treasury during his tenure as head of the civil service. Mr. Oronsaye and his co-accused persons pleaded not guilty to the 24-count charge, bordering on money laundering and corruption slammed against them, but the prosecutor, Aliyu Yusuf, urged the court to set a date to commence trial while the accused persons are remanded in prison custody. Lawyer to the former head of service, Mr. Kanu Agabi, however, prayed the trial judge, Justice Gabriel Kolawole, to grant his client bail on liberal terms. In his ruling, Justice Kolawole ordered that the accused persons shall be released to their counsel, who must write an undertaking to produce them in court on July the 21st, 2015, when their bail application will be argued. The former governor of Jigawa State is relieved that the court has granted him bail after spending 5 days in detention. Mr. Sule Lamido and his two sons were to spend 2 months in detention, but Justice Gabriel Kolawole had a change of heart in recognition of his status as a former governor.
We wait for the trial in Kano. We are prepared to face the prosecution whenever they are ready. They are stringent, but we are going to meet them because we have a civil servant here, we have people with properties here, ready and willing to take them on bail.
We are trying to perfect the bail condition. After perfecting the condition, I'll come back.
The Nigerian police and the prison service are appealing to the Cross River State government and the Judiciary Union of Nigeria, JUDSUN, to dialogue and end the over 7-month strike embarked upon by the union. According to the two agencies, the effect of the strike has left police cells and prison yards congested. The CP disclosed that the police cells across the state presently have too many inmates, a situation he describes as a huge challenge. Meanwhile, an attempt by Governor Emmanuel Udo and the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, to stop the witnesses of the All Progressives Congress governorship candidate to give testimonies on the last governorship election has failed. At its sitting in Abuja, the Akwa Ibom State Election Tribunal dismissed the request by the governor and his party, asking that the APC witnesses be disqualified from testifying against him on the grounds that they used initials in place of their names in their statements on oath. While given the ruling, Justice Sadiq Umar agreed with the submission of Chief Wole Olanipekun, counsel to the APC, that the witnesses have the right under law to use their initials on their statements on oath.
We had to raise that issue again because each time there is a witness statement, it's to use an ordinary language, it's a separate transaction, which means if you do not object, it could be presumed that you do not object to it. And if you decide to raise it at the Court of Appeal, you might be shut out.
The tribunal ruled otherwise, and as lawyers, we are bound by the rulings of the tribunal. So we will consider all the issues all together in consultation with our client, and then we take necessary steps.